Hello again and welcome back to Super Mario RPG Retranslated. In the last episode I headed into Rosetown and went straight to the inn where Toido, I still can't believe that's what he's called, Toido played dolls with Mario and accidentally shot Mario with Gino's apparently very lethal toy gun. And then, apparently, Gino just up and started walking into the forest, which is a very odd thing for a doll to do. Also, I just skipped past it, but it was mentioned that Gino broke the dishes instead of a lamp in this script. And seeing as this house doesn't have a lamp, but definitely has dishes on that shelf in the corner, that makes more sense. So before we head into the forest after Gino, because of course, that's where we're going, right? We need to check out the shop in town, because I forgot to do that last time. But don't go straight into the shop. Instead, we're going to pull a Santa Claus. Very in season, it is December, and we're going down this chimney like it's a warp pipe. And if you do that, you can steal the flour from this shop's treasure chest. But of course, that's not the only thing in the shop that you can find. There's also a hidden frog coin here. Now, the item shop basically has all of your basic needs. I'm pretty stocked up on items, so I don't need that at the moment, but we should check out the accessories and the armor. There are tight shirt and pants at this shop instead of just thick shirts and pants, so we'll get those. And there are also the True Form and Fearless pins. These prevent status effects. I'm definitely getting a True Form pin, and I might as well get a Fearless pin. It's not useful right away. There aren't any enemies in the upcoming area that inflict fear status, but the Fearless pin actually provides more defense than some of the other accessories. So I'll go ahead and equip the better shirt and pants, and I will give Malo the True Form pin. And I might as well sell off the original shirt and pants. They're no longer any good. We have much better items now. So let's head off into the forest. We're going to see who's shooting off all of these arrows at the toads with apparently targets for heads. You might have noticed that all of the other toads in the game have spotted heads. These ones have targets for heads, just to make a joke, I guess. The Wiggler Forest. Well, okay. It's not called Forest Maze. It's the Wiggler Forest instead. But okay then, there's Wigglers in this forest. Now for the most iconic tune in the entire game, I gotta say. So I might as well just not talk and not ruin it for you guys, but I'm gonna talk over it anyways. So these Wigglers are interesting because if you jump on them, you actually don't start a battle, you can get coins out of them. And if you're very good and land on that Wiggler enough times, you get a free frog coin, which is how speedrunners farm their frog coins. I might be able to get one. No, I'm not good enough. So let's ignore them for now. Run, please. Thank you. It's always Malo who manages to run away for me. Anyways, you can go down the tree stumps like they're pipes as well, and you'll need that to get into the underground caverns. There certainly are a lot of mushrooms, and even some of them come to life and attack you. So that's interesting. There are also going to be hornets. I'm not sure what they're called. Maybe I should get into a couple of fights just to see what they're called. But I always like slipping past these guys because I hate fighting them. So there's a lot of tree stumps you can go in, and some of them... Whoops, I ran into something. You know what, there's just one. Let's fight this. I need to show off my weapons anyways. I believe that's Valor Up in the official localization. So yes, I have no idea what kind of staff that is, but apparently Malo can whack enemies with it. Oh, it dropped the honey syrup. That's actually pretty good. So in some of these areas, there are hidden treasure chests, and I really don't imagine that I can find any of them without an item that you get later. Also, the bees really like chasing after you, but apparently they can't catch you and just stop moving if you are getting on the trampoline. Like, I'll maybe check around for some of the hidden treasures. There are these spots of light on the ground which you might imagine marks where they are, but I really don't remember off the top of my head. I guess I should have looked up a guide, but it's not of serious importance. They would, of course, design the game so that you could get through every area without collecting all the items. Now, in order to advance, this is very strange. You have to jump on this specific Wiggler, and for some reason that just opened up a new path. But I think if you go back in, I think there is a hidden treasure in here. I might be able to figure it out. At the very least, the treasure chests are, like... Oh, there it is. There it is, as a matter of fact. A Coca-Cola. A Coca-Cola? Actually, let me look at that. All members recover fully. Okay, so this is interesting. I knew already that the remake refers to this item as Coca-Cola, but this patch came out before the remake. Originally, in the official localization, it was a Cola, Kero being the sound that frogs make, according to Japan. So that's pretty interesting. So that's one instance where we can confirm that the remake is more faithful to the original Japanese script. And I like Coca-Cola better anyways. It's a funny pun. Can you step on this guy without doing anything? Okay, he's just there permanently. Also, a Coca-Cola is a very good item. It's basically a Mega Elixir from Final Fantasy. So you notice that there are a lot of mushrooms that you can just pick up. There's not really any reason to right now. They are nice as healing items, but we don't need like a bunch of mushrooms or anything. Now in this upcoming area, I'm going to save here. Here we have the maze that the forest maze is so famous for. So, if I remember right, first you go left, well, you turn left rather, and then you just head in this direction, and then you go right. Oh, first I apparently have to fight an enemy. So these enemies are called Poppins in this script. I forget what they're called in the localization or the remake. You know, just 2 hits and you're good. I think they have a move that can actually turn your characters into mushrooms, but the True Form pin will protect you from that status. Always count on a Mario game to come up with a creative status effect. So if you go left, straight, and then right, you find a hidden cache of treasures. There is an NPC in Rose Town who will tell you about this treasure cache, but I never interacted with him at all. Because I learned recently that if you get this treasure pile and then go back to him, like, he'll be amazed that you actually found the treasure without his help and give you something else. So we'll be sure to check in on him later on. So anytime you want to reset the maze, you just go to the bottom left. I'm sorry, it's difficult to think about left and right at this point. So now we've actually found Gino, we should probably follow after him. This can be a little bit tricky because on one of these screens, he just vanishes completely and you have to pick a direction and hope for the best. And I apparently chose poorly. Yeah, this part of the game can be a bit difficult. So I'm following him, and then when we go in this direction, he's mysteriously gone. So do I keep going in the same direction, I wonder? Or maybe if I wander around for long enough, I will eventually catch up to him, maybe? Yeah, I never really got this part of the game as a kid. Oh, this enemy. This enemy is actually interesting. So, who among you thought that the Octorot enemy was, like, a thing with, eyeballs? Well, of course it's got eyeballs, but what I'm trying to say is, who among you thought that the turtle shells with bat wings were its eyes? Of course, you can confirm that that's not the case in the remake, and I will never look at this enemy the same way again. But let's get out of here. Right, so, back to trying to find Gino. Might have to, make a jump cut to when I eventually figure out where he's going. Okay, there he is again. I think I just went back to the start of his path. So if I go here... There he is again. Okay, good. So it didn't take that long after all to find the boss. This has got to be one of the craziest enemy designs in the game. Of course, you could say that about half the enemy designs. Bopa. Bopa. Huh. The official localization went with Boyer, and I think the remake stuck with that. Boyer is way better in my opinion. Because a Boyer is apparently a person who makes bows. Oh yeah, there was also a reference to Bruce Lee in the original localization of this. That was removed in the remake because it probably didn't fit the setting. Like, who in the Mario universe is going to know who Bruce Lee is? But it was kind of an iconic line. So some people weren't happy with it being dropped. I'm okay with it. It's just one line. A messenger from the heavens in search of the stars. I like the official localization better. He just goes, I serve a higher authority. And that just sounded way cooler. Like, this whole scene cements Geno as a really awesome character. Because here he is challenging the boss by himself. This guy's channeling Fawful Anger Explosion. And they just randomly shoots off a bunch of arrows into the sky. Nya, nya, weirdo. Apparently they were much farther away from Geno than I thought. This goes on for longer than I thought, too. Oh, did you just see that? Spinning uppercut. That is so cool. And he never gets a move like that in the actual gameplay. G-Endo. Seriously, one arrow? You think that's gonna hurt him? Geno's made of wood. Even the heavens know about Mario. He's that legendary. Alright, time to test out this new character's special move. I think you release here. You have to hold the Y button and release at that moment. No, it's a little bit after. Whoopsie. If you get the timing on that move right, you should do 60 damage. And for only 3 flower points, that's pretty cool. So this boss actually comes with a gimmick. Does he actually play fair? He doesn't have any items to use. But yeah, the idea is he can choose one of your buttons to lock out completely, and you can't use those actions. So for instance, if he shoots at the Y button, I can't do this move. Now, was that the correct timing? No. I must be doing it wrong. What am I doing? Well, I might as well use all of my special moves while I can. The game actually keeps track of how often you do each kind of move, and that button will be locked out. But for some reason, he decided to lock out A instead of Y. I'm pretty under-leveled for this fight, I think. But I still have special moves, so I should be okay. Is that the correct timing? Maybe you just release when you get the 3rd star. I'm not sure. Okay, this might be a little bit more difficult because I'm actually failing at the timing. I'm gonna need that honey syrup that I got as a drop. ESD phenomenon. ESD phenomenon, really? I'm glad it was changed to just static E. Okay, I got it that time. Okay, we need a revive drink, like, right now. There we go. Now he locks out the Y button. Oh, he can inflict sleep status, so this might not be good. I should have kept the wake-up pin, and sadly, you can't equip Geno before this fight, so he can get hit by the Goodnight arrow. But look at that, Rocket Fist. Love it. A physical attack would wake up Malo, so maybe Bopa just shoots him. So far, this is going alright. Okay, locked out the Y button. ESD phenomenon. I will never... Like... What a weird idea. Okay, this is getting a little bit hairy. I'm gonna use the Geno Beam again. Was that right? It was! And now I'm going to use one of those tab poles. Because my entire party needs the 30 HP boost. That move really hurts. Malo's just asleep for this entire fight, I guess. There we go, that's how it's done. Gonna need another one of those syrups, though. Okay, he woke up. So I'm going to use a regular mushroom. I mean, I have a lot of them. I might as well get rid of some, right? I was kind of setting that up to be a freebie, and I would be like, oh, geez, I'm trying to get rid of these mushrooms, and it just gives me a freebie. Uh-oh, Geno's asleep. So I will be using one of those items that cure status conditions after all. Refresh juice. And that's why there's an R on the item icon. I don't think they changed it to an A when they changed the item name to Able Juice. I do not yet have the move that lets you view enemy HP remaining. So I probably should have just used a honey syrup there. Maybe this will finish him? I've been getting a lot of 60s lately. There it is. He's done, and I don't need to use another tab pole. I still don't know why it's called a tab pole. And I got an item for it, a flower gift. That's a lot of EXP and money. That's gotta be worth a level, right? No? So tell me, Geno, why did you try to fight him on your own? Well, I guess there wasn't any way to, get help. He didn't know Mario was gonna be here. Higher than clouds and higher still. Wishes can't come true, huh? Well, we wish to get all the stars back, so that's never gonna happen. Star Roast? I just... Star Roast. That was funny. I should really be paying attention to the dialogue. Because, like, I'm not paying attention because it's just normal for me to ignore the dialogue because oh, this is... They confirm that it is another language his name is spelt in, so that's nice. So apparently Geno thought that the Geno doll was the most vigorous of the dolls. That's gotta be offensive to Mario, right? Because his doll was there too. Pay no attention to the guy in the corner. Anyways, I've been ignoring dialogue for the most part because, like, it's just instinctive. I've read this game's script so many times that I'm not really paying attention, but I should be paying attention because this is a new translation to look at. Anyways, 2 stars down. 5 more of them to go. It's going to be a long journey, but we're making progress. And one of them got away. What happened to all the other arrows? There had to be like thousands of them. And what happens after they're shot? Do they just like vanish? That's kind of morbid to think about. Anyways, we can move on with the game now, but we can also head back to Rose Town and check out a couple of places. Apparently defeating Bopa restored everyone back to normal. They're no longer stuck in place. So really, what evil was Bopa doing? He was just messing around with people, as far as we can tell. Like, what part of King Smithy's grand scheme does this serve? Well, it's time to explain everything to the child. The only way they know how. Which is to do this elaborate sequence. Yeah, I'm pretty sure anybody would be confused if they saw that. That's so weird. No one's wishes can come true, but there's got to be someone's wish that is going to come true. Like, maybe the enemies, but Mario's weak against Bowser? Wow. Wow! And Mario's like, he really wants to hit a child for saying that. You can actually buy this weapon later, which is maybe a little bit strange, but then again, it is apparently... What were you doing just now, kid? Did you want to join the party? Why did you walk into me? Random NPC walking. And look at this. This is the best dialogue option ever. Need coffee. Keep away. Anyways, I think if you exit the house and re-enter, you can stay at the inn. Which actually costs absolutely nothing. And when you wake up... Hey, look who's in the bed next to ours. You gonna wake up there, Mr. Green Hat? That isn't Luigi? There are a couple of Easter eggs like that, and that's really fun. I like it. Alright, so we don't need anything at the shop, because we've got everything already, but... there is the matter of this man. You can jump on his head and get inside the house, and also there are treasures, but don't take them yet. First hit the button. I have no idea why this guy has a button-activated staircase. Seemed like it'd be really inconvenient if somebody decided to flip the switch while you were away. So he tells us about the secret treasure that we found in the forest. But if you already got it, free frog coin. Also, nothing is stopping you from just walking right in and taking his treasure. So I think that's all there is to Rose Town for the moment. Now, after this, there is the optional pipe dungeon instead of the pipe vault. This area is completely optional, and I don't really feel like doing every tiny little optional thing. But this area does lead to Yoshi's Island, which just has a minigame. So next up is Ducati instead of Moleville. Well, the song for this area is called Dokati Mountain in the OST, so that makes sense. Really great track, by the way. Another really great town theme. All of these town themes are really awesome. They sound so heroic and upbeat, which is really great after you save them from whatever trouble they're in. It feels very triumphant. Also, Bowser is here. He's apparently down a couple of men. And they're having trouble with these new guys because they've only had experience fighting Mario. I actually watched a video about the Smithy Gang and how effective they are as villains. Even though there's not a lot to this game, narratively speaking, the Smithy Gang really, establishes themselves as a true threat by kicking out Bowser, who's probably the strongest guy with an army in the game. I mean, Mario is obviously stronger than him, but he is the big bad of this world. Also, how did they not notice Mario when they walked past? That's kind of, weird. So what's the trouble in this town? Well, this town is, inhabited by moles. Mole people, or whatever you want to call them. I don't think we've seen this type of, NPC in Mario up to this point. But apparently they're having a bit of a problem because a star crashed into the mountain and it's trapped some kids inside. So naturally, it's going to be up to us to save them. I mean, there is a star piece inside. Ma Boom? What? Why is she called Ma Boom? I'm sure someone in the comments might have an answer to that, because I sure don't. Hey, what a coincidence. You need Mario? Well, I'm right here. Now I might as well let them explain. Ma Boom and Pa Boom. Okay, go ahead. I guess they like explosives. So naturally, we're going to help him out some. Now, even though we needed to jump on those guys to get in here, as we see after I get past these fireball enemies and whatever the heck this thing is, Bathlog? Oh, I should equip that new weapon also. What am I doing? Oh, this guy inflicts silence status. Or just knocks me out in one hit. I think my lack of experience levels might be a bit of a detriment here. Oh, and I didn't check out the shop either. That's another thing. Okay, let's make a tactical retreat for the time being, because there are new items, and they are actually important new items, so what the heck am I doing? Where is the shop? Here it is. Also, if you jump on top of the mountain, you can see someone trying to dig their way in from the other side, so that's interesting. We have new weapons, and as you can see, Finger Shot is purchasable here. I saved some money by not getting it. The Mega Shirt, Cape, and Pants are called the Perfect Shirt, Cape, and Pants, and also the Dirty Pants, which are called Work Pants, and the Super Shroom, which is actually what the item is called in Paper Mario. So there's a link between this game and Paper Mario. I think the remake just stuck with Mid Mushroom, which is what it was called in the official localization. So funny thing about the Dirty Pants, I really don't like that they're called that, but the Dirty Pants are actually probably, well, first of all, everybody can equip them, not just Malo. Defensively, they're not as good as the other equipment you can get, but they increase your attack power by a pretty good margin. So they're actually the best item you can get for a while, which is really strange. Let's give you the alert pin. And as for regular items, I guess I could sell one of these. The Flower Gift. It increases your flower points by 5, so I should probably think about just outright using it later on. I'm going to get rid of all of these mushrooms, because I don't need them anymore. And they don't sell revive drinks here, so you gotta be wary of that. But the super shrooms are gonna be nice. I might as well save at the end before I go any further. Might go just a little bit further than my normal time for this episode, but we'll see. So let's get started on the dungeon proper. More of this nightmare-inducing music that I love so much. Quote-unquote love. These enemies are called magma beetles. They've got a lot more regular defense than usual. I'll just run away from them for now. You want to use special attacks on them. Also, this guy, who we can tell is from Rosetown because of his head, he's a treasure hunter. Now, he must have gotten in here before the star landed on the mountain, because how would he get past those two, how would he get past the entrance when it's caved in? So there's a trampoline here, and you might be thinking, oh, this is obviously a warp point. Not quite. You hit your head and you get knocked out. And it's a good thing I spent all of my money before coming in here, because guess who's here? It's Croco. Now, he apparently set that trampoline there as a trap, or at least I like to think he did. And he takes all of your 12 coins and runs away with them. And, you know, normally I wouldn't care about 12 coins, but you do have to actually beat Croco in order to advance. Because he's got bombs, and that'll be useful for demolishing some of the caved-in paths in this dungeon. Now, this starts a section where Croco, like, runs around in a circle trying to get away from you, and if you chase after him, those 3 bandits that he has with him, you can engage with them in combat and get some extra items. Which, in my case, is probably a good idea, so might as well. There's only one of them, right? Oh, there's a lot of them. Okay. Also, Mario's low on health. These enemies are called Baggots. I messed up the timing already. Oh, you actually, okay. I got a once again. So, do I get another one? Yeah, apparently if you get a once again flower and kill another enemy, then you just get another one, and another one, and another one. So this was the easiest fight ever. I didn't even need to get the timing correct. But Geno does a lot of damage if you get the timing absolutely perfect. You can see that I missed the timing and did 50 damage. I got the timing right and did 70 damage, and I got a perfect timing and did 100. So if you knock those guys out, they give you more flower pills. Great. Drugs. Just what I needed. There's another one here. And you can jump on the trampoline again. It does nothing this time. So 3 of them should be able to... Okay, you get once agains every time you fight them and beat them, apparently. Oh, but I missed. Do you always get a once again? Okay, then. Those flowers are weird. They never come up in boss battles, by the way. And they drop honey syrups as well. So Malo's hit level 6, and he learned Mind Reader, which in the official localization was called Psychopath. They changed it to Thought Peak in the remake, which is a good change. So let's give him more physical attack, I guess. It'll give him a point of defense as well. I hope I'm not full on items, by the way, because if you get too many items in the original version of the game, then you have to junk one of them. Which isn't cool. Okay, I thought these guys were going to be a lot harder because there were so many of them, but apparently not. And they're all dropping honey syrups. It's really weird. Okay, Mario hit level 6 and learned Super Jump. Okay, this is important. I will give him, first and foremost, I will give him more physical attack as well. And Geno hit level 7. He does not learn his new skill quite yet, but I will give him more HP. I'm going to need that. Because this upcoming boss battle has another gimmick. And it's a very, whoa, there was another enemy there. Oh, please run away. Thank you. Those guys are a bit tougher. Should have checked the enemy names, though. So basically, if you go in the opposite direction Croco is going, you'll always catch him, and it's very easy. So this fight is not easy to do the first time. In fact, I probably should have saved, but can't do anything about it now. So the super jump. There is an additional challenge in this game. Basically, the super jump is your Paper Mario power bounce. If you can land 100 jumps in a row in one attack, then you unlock a special item later. You will also unlock a special item for 30 jumps, so I am hopefully going to get 30 jumps at some point in this playthrough, but I'll just show you how the move works. I lost track of how many that was, but that was a pretty good amount. Also, I didn't equip my new weapons. I'm very dumb. Let's try out Mind Reader. Get the timing right, and you see how many HP he has. And you also get a peek at their thoughts, which is normally not that helpful, but it can reveal some weaknesses or say something amusing. I am not interested in checking out every single thought peek in this version of the game. But I will at least try to get a couple of them, especially when I need to actually know how many hit points the enemies have. So I did 100 points with that super jump just now, which means he has quite a lot of health. I hope I can deal enough damage to... Well, that's not a good start, I guess. So I hope I can still win this. And in theory I should be able to, but I want to keep my flower points up. Because, as I mentioned, this boss has a gimmick. And if he misses a lot, then that's good for me. So let's stick to regular old physical attacks for now. 50 damage on every shot with Geno, and basically 50 with Mario as well. I should be fine, I think, but I am going to use a couple of those honey syrups. Sure, a freebie, why not? Oh, that bomb move is definitely... Only 12 damage? Really? Wow. The wooden doll is surviving bomb explosions. Oh, whoops. Okay, so yeah. What he does is he steals all of your items, and now you have to complete the rest of the fight with no items remaining. But as long as I can do enough damage in the amount of time I have before my HP hits 0... See, this is where recovering actually becomes a very useful move. Because I do not want to take the chance of Malo getting KO'd and not having access to that move. So I'm using the Recover Rain. That move is called Chomp in the localization. It's seriously annoying because it does a lot of damage if you don't get the timing on the defense correct. So this is good. Actually, the Geno Beam doesn't even do that much more damage, so I really shouldn't be using it. If he goes for a bomb, it's actually worse than Monster Toss. I just said I shouldn't be using this. Why am I still using it? I'm gonna heal Mario. Now, I'm treating this like it's harder than it actually is. Anyways, I'm getting the timing on the Recover Rain way incorrect. If you push the Y button just as the move is ending, then you get extra health. I missed the timing on that. I have no idea why I'm failing the timing on so many moves. How long have I been playing this game? Okay, Malo definitely needs healing. But we're in the clear. We get our items back. And does he drop anything? No. Do I get a level? No. I do get a lot of money, though. And you also get back the coins you lost at the start. So if you jump on the trampoline again, this just happens, and you don't get robbed or anything. Fairly amusing. So I would continue on to the... you know... I've been recording for about 40 minutes, so I think I'm going to make tactical retreat yet again as soon as I get out of here. I could just go straight to the actual boss guarding the star, but I suppose I'll have to just save that for next time. Yeah, this has been amusing to go through this game again with the new script. Very amusing. Pretty sure the inn costs a pretty penny, so I'm not gonna do anything with that. So I'll save here, and next time we will take on the boss of the mountain and get the 3rd star. So see you for that, everybody.